Andy Garrett from
Hi.
GSK. It's the 3rd of December and you are wearing the purple hat.
Yeah, I made it myself.
So firstly, thank you so much for coming out today and joining us in the purple taxi.
Yeah.
Tell us
idea.
a little bit about who you are and what you do for the GSK business.
Indeed, yeah. So Andy Garrett, I've been working around disability inclusion, disability networks for, best part of 15, 20 years. I used to be a copper. So when I do my introductions, I sometimes say I used to chase drug dealers and now I work for a drugs manufacturer.
I love it.
So yeah, I left police back in 2015 and I built up a big disability network there. I moved on to a new opportunity, exciting opportunity at GSK towards the latter end of 2016. So they've got their Global Disability Council led by a CET member and Nick Herons and SVPs from around the business driving disability confidence in all aspects of our organisation. So a key aspect of that drive was, to do the right by our people, to equip them for success, to be their authentic selves at work. So that's about making it easier to get the workplace adjustments that they need to be successful. So that was my project, to come in and set up a service line to make that easier for employees and managers to inquire, request and secure the adjustments they need to be successful and to bring their authentic selves to work. So that's been successful at GSK in the UK now for a couple of years. This year we've launched that service successfully and it's working in the US. So I'm the global program manager for that now, looking at bringing that service line to other markets.
Plans to roll it out?
Absolutely, yeah. Really keen to try and make that service line available in all of our markets. GSK operates in over 90 countries. So a lot of work to do there, particularly in the supply chain, really, about finding suppliers that are able to supply not just the adjustment solutions, let's say the non-standard things that people need, but often they might need an assessment to help them to determine what those solutions are. So
that's what you're doing.
Absolutely, yeah. So working with inclusion and diversity, working with procurement and suppliers, working externally, but also I've recently stepped up at GSK to work alongside Tracy and Ian Richardson, running our employee resource group.
I want to focus on this. So we Purple Space. You're an ambassador of Purple Space, and Purple Space is all about supporting businesses to either set up or improve the performance of resource groups and networks. And we're here today thanks to Virgin Media and LEVC. So you tell us more about what GSK expects of the resource groups. One of the things that's really important is learning directly from. What do you hope from your resource groups, Andy?
Well, it's hugely important for us, for all areas of diversity and particularly disability, to learn from what we call the lived experience of disability, and that's about people who've maybe had a disability from birth, or people that, as we know, quite often, like myself, acquire a disability during their working life and they need help through that journey. So the networks are really valuable to help give people that peer support, to be able to ask those difficult questions and perhaps to discuss how they want to share their information with their employer and what that entails. So the networks are a really valuable resource for us at GSK to help build our disability confidence journey, and that can be for the individual with the condition, a friend or relative, someone who's supporting a loved one with a disability, of course a manager that wants to support their employees and to do the right thing. So our networks are a hugely valuable opportunity for us to build our disability confidence at every level in the business. And
we've joined forces this year with the Valuable 500 campaign. We've been interviewing lots of fantastic people like your good self with Caroline Casey. We often talk about top down and bottom up. So thinking about the Global Council and this wonderful resource group that the business is investing in, what do you expect to see over time as your business leaders continue to get into their extraordinary stride and the resource group? What do you expect to see going forward?
Well, things like the Valuable 500 and the Business Disability Forum Disability Standard, those are great tools from the top down to help make our processes to be more disability inclusive and supportive, disability confident. That's the top down bit. So strategic commitment, the tactical solutions, the things that should be in place around recruitment, accessible premises, and those things that should be there to make us an accessible organisation. But of course the network gives us that bottom-up bit, where it's our employee base and managers building their disability confidence to learn not just how to be inclusive in our employment, in our talent pipeline, our retention, but also how we engage with customers and patients, visitors and partners.
It's wonderful to see. It's wonderful. Andy, lastly from me, Purple Light Up now is the rocket fuel. Exactly. Loving the hat. Loving the hat. And of course it's a new digital global movement, a bit like Pride. It's starting to galvanise employee networks around the world. What do you predict going forward? Thinking about your own background, rich background in supporting employee resource groups, what do you expect to see and what do you hope for from the Purple Light Up movement?
What I love about the Purple Light Up is giving, if you like, us a brand identity, a bit like the rainbow flag for LGBT. It's about us, celebrating our diversity, being disability confident, proud to be authentic selves at work, contributing in the ways that we can, maybe with a few adjustments at work, and not being discounted as in some way, needing something extra or special support. People with disability have got fantastic skill set to add, particularly in a competing market for employment, with aging workforces. As you get older, you might acquire more disabilities. So it's a real, important area for businesses. If they want to, in the compete space for talent, disability inclusion's absolutely got to be part of that agenda. So, the purple thing gives us that brand identity. Say, we're fantastic people. We've got wonderful skills to add to your business. Over 1 billion disabled people around the world. What is it? Something like, I think probably a trillion, I forget the figure now, about £1 trillion worth of, disability spend. If you don't count that into your business, you're saying you don't want people with disabilities to be buying your products and your services.
Wonderful.
So you've got to have that inclusion as part of your business plan.
And Andy, one last message from you to the world. Everybody's celebrating Purple Light Up, an international day. What would you say to all those businesses and networks that are involved?
Why wouldn't you do it? It's a great opportunity to showcase that you're signed up, that disability is part of your corporate agenda. You're celebrating that International Day for Persons with Disabilities. It's a great opportunity to say, we're on that journey too. Don't be afraid if you're at the early part of your disability confidence journey. It's actually building a community, of people to help each other, become more disability confident. So you want your brand to be part of that wildfire around purple and Purple Light Up.
Wonderful. Andy Garrett, GSK, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for being in this Purple Light Up taxi.
Go Purple Light Up. Loving it.